why daily drivers are secretly the GOAT daily driver cars. You see them everywhere, parked at your office, stuck in school pickup lines, or waiting outside Taco Bell because someone got hungry at 3 a.m. And yet, despite being so common, daily drivers have something oddly endearing about them. They aren't flashy or exotic. They're not loud or wild. But they do something magical. They show up every day without complaining, mostly. They're the cars we spend the most time with. The ones that quietly deal with bad roads, heavy groceries, and even heavier traffic. And while they may not win track days or car shows, they win something way more important, our trust. But here's the twist. Daily drivers don't have to be boring. In fact, some of them are downright fun, reliable, comfy, or even, dare I say, cool. So, whether you're experiencing a midlife crisis, at 21 like me, ballin' out, or barely scraping by with 2 buttons and a prayer, this video is for you. We're going to explore some of the best daily drivers available today and of all time. And we're going to do it in the most mature, educational, and serious way possible. Pause for laughter. Yeah, not really. Let's go. The midlife crisis cars that work as dailies. Let's start with the most iconic category, midlife crisis cars that actually make decent daily drivers. You know the stereotype. Balding dude, gold chain, loud exhaust, trying to reclaim his youth by downshifting into a mid-corner regret. But wait, not all hope is lost. 1. Porsche 911, base models, and Carrera S. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, here we go. 911 again. But hear me out. The 911 might scream midlife crisis, but it whispers reliability and usability. Porsche has managed to do the impossible. Make a sports car that you can genuinely live with every day. You've got 2 usable rear seats, usable for groceries or very small humans, a front trunk that swallows backpacks and gym gear, and performance that'll make you forget you're old enough to need a prostate exam. 2. Chevrolet Corvette, especially the C8 and above. Enter the Corvette, particularly the C8 and its variants like the Z06 and the ZR1, or, if you're feeling wild, the Fantasy Zora. The C8 changed the game. Mid-engine layout, exotic looks, insane performance. And somehow, it still has a front trunk big enough for a carry-on bag. Sure, people will judge you and say you're trying too hard, but let them. You've got 500-plus horsepower, 0 to 60 times rivaling Lumbos, and a price that won't make you refinance your house. Bonus, you won't be in the shop every month like your Ferrari-driving nabe. The practical picks, sedans that just work. Not everyone has $80,000 to drop on a rolling crisis mobile. So let's bring it back to reality for a moment and talk about the true warriors of the daily driver world, the sedans that do it all. 1. Honda Accord. The trusty Accord. It's the vanilla ice cream of cars, but like the good vanilla bean kind, not the store-brand junk. It's stylish, especially the newer generations, surprisingly spacious, and if you go for the 2.0T version, you get 252 horsepower and a 10-speed auto. It's comfy, it's bulletproof, and it'll probably outlive you. What's not to love? 2. Toyota Camry. The Camry is like that quiet friend who gets straight A's, works out regularly, and secretly owns a katana. You think it's boring, but then you learn about the TRD version with 301 horsepower and sport-tuned suspension. Suddenly, you're looking at a sleeper car that still gets great gas mileage and has resale value that makes used car dealers cry with joy. And yes, it's a Toyota. Reliability is basically injected into the VIN. 3. Kia K5. The Kia K5 is the underdog with something to prove. It's the stylish Boba Tea in a world full of Americanos. Base models are decent enough with 180 to 190 horsepower, but the GT variant brings the spice, 290 horsepower from a turbocharged engine. That's hot hatch levels of power in a midsize sedan. Add to that aggressive styling, cool, ambient lighting, and surprisingly good handling, and you've got a legit daily driver with personality. Should you trust a German car as a daily? Look, German cars are like dating someone really attractive but with a history of chaos. They're fun, seductive, and will probably ruin your life financially. But sometimes you go for it anyway. 1. Audi RS3. The RS3 is one of those cars that just hits differently. I saw one in all black with carbon fiber trim once, and I genuinely forgot I was on the way back from the dentist. It's based on the compact A3 platform, but brings out a wide stance angry face, and most importantly, a 2.5-liter inline-5, making 401 horsepower. That's hot hatch power on steroids. Practicality? Yep, it's a hatchback. Comfort? Surprisingly decent, even with the sports suspension. Reliability? Let's move on. The Curveball, classics you could actually daily. Time to get weird. Let's say you want something no one else has, but you don't want it to explode every time it rains. 1. Reliant Scimitar GTE. Yes, a classic. Yes, obscure. But hear me out. This British shooting brake was produced from 1964 to 1986. That's a 22-year run, which in car years is like surviving the zombie apocalypse. Early models came with a 2.6L inline-6. Later ones had a 3.0L V6 from Ford. It's practical wagon body, quirky, and has just enough reliability to not be a nightmare, depending on how mechanically inclined you are. And the best part? It's so cheap, your wallet might actually feel heavier after buying it. The budget beaters under $1,500/Euro 1,000. Not everyone has money, and that's okay. Let's talk about what you can get when your budget is, I just need a car that runs and doesn't catch fire. In Europe, Audi A2. Super underrated. It's small, yes, but also lightweight and fuel efficient. And it's made of aluminum, so no rust. Sure, it's an older German car, which means you'll get an occasional check engine light that only disappears when you sell the car. But it's great around town and looks kind of funky in a cute way. In the US, Volvo V70 wagon, preferably with the 5-cylinder engine. Safe, durable, and weirdly fast in turbo variants. The inline-5 engine is a gem, smooth, torquey, and reliable if maintained. Plus, it can haul more stuff than your ex's emotional baggage. Bonus, you look like an eccentric professor or European diplomat on a budget. Other options: Chevy Impala LS, circa 2010. Big, soft, comfy, and cheap. Great for highway cruising, and usually comes with low insurance costs. The 3.5L V6 models are plentiful and parts are everywhere. Toyota Yaris, older models. Reliable, fuel-efficient, and ugly in the best way. The kind of car that'll take abuse and still run like a champ. It's like a faithful dog, but with worse acceleration. The City Daily, cars for urban warriors. City driving is brutal. Tight parking, constant braking, potholes that look like portals to the underworld. You need something small, agile, and kind of cute. Enter Honda E. I love this car. Genuinely. It's quirky, fun, and feels like something a robot would drive in a Studio Ghibli film. It's not about power or range, it's about personality. The interior looks like an IKEA lounge, and the dashboard is basically one giant screen. Yeah, it's pricey Euro 15,000 used, and the range isn't amazing. But if you're only commuting 20 miles a day in the city, it's perfect. Plus, it looks like a puppy. How can you hate that? Why did they discontinue this? Car. Infiniti Q50. This one frustrates me. The Q50 had so much potential. Decent styling, luxury vibes, and optional 400 horsepower twin-turbo V6. It could have been the affordable BMW killer. But instead of evolving, Infiniti just stopped trying. The platform was ancient even when it was new, and the interior tech looked like it was made in Minecraft. Still, if you find a used one at the right price, it's a sleeper luxury performance daily with great engines and RWD goodness. At the end of the day, literally, your daily driver is a personal choice. It reflects your priorities, personality, and possibly how much trauma your wallet can handle. Whether you want something fast, cheap, funky, reliable, or borderline absurd, there's something out there for everyone. Just don't let anyone shame your choice. If it gets you from A to B with a smile on your face, or at least no rage, that's a win in my book. And hey, if you're still not sure what to get, come hang out on our Discord. We've got a place to share car pics, music, memes, and the occasional argument about whether the Miata is overrated. Spoiler, it's not. It's just misunderstood. Until next time, drive safe, stay weird, and don't buy a Reliant Robin.